Hello everyone, it's me Christine again. You're looking magnetic today. Wonderful chat. I'm gonna magnetize you all in the chat. Wait, what will happen? What will happen when I magnetize the chat? What does that mean? You all stick to each other? You all stick to shrimp? Hello everyone, welcome on in. It's Simply Stream Saturday, and today we're doing nails. We're doing nails, not male, but nails. Put it on me. We stick to our polishes, imagine. You will become sparkly and pretty. You're already chewy cookie. You sound delicious. I could use a chewy cookie right about now. All right, welcome on in to the mods, to the cats, to the dogs, to your moms, to whoever. What's your tea of the day? I'm actually drinking green tea to match my shirt. I don't know. I was into, well, actually I'm whitening my teeth, so I don't drink black tea during that phase. I don't know if anyone else gets their teeth whitened every so often, but like you're not supposed to drink things that could stain. So they say no tea, and I'm like, yeah, well, that's not happening. So I drink green tea, or like tea that isn't as dark. Green tea, mint tea, herbal tea, whatever. So this is Countess of Seville with an inch of oat milk. Oh. You need a tea suggestion? That's like asking for a nail polish suggestion. What color do you like? What tea profile do you like? There are so many options. But I'm drinking Countess of Seville, Seville, je sais pas. Green tea with oat milk, yeah. Throw me in jail, I know. The British don't like that. But I don't know what to say. I can't have tea without milk, except iced tea. Well, if it's black iced tea, I like it with oat milk. But if it's like raspberry iced tea, then yeah, I don't want oat milk in it. But I will put oat milk or whatever milk you have on hand in my green tea, in my mint tea, in my rooibos tea, in my black tea, in my white tea, like literally all of them. I will always add milk. Green tea is the weirdest one. I know people look at me weird, but it's fine. I was so confused to why you're naked. Then I remember we're painting. I'm naked. Don't look. Stop looking at me. Everyone who wasn't looking just looked up. All right. I thought it would be fun, since we just launched this new magnetic taco, to see what we can put it on. Let's make everything magnetic. How about that? And since this is limited edition and they're probably going to be gone soon, I figured let's do it today before it's gone. So yeah, magnetic taco. Let me turn this camera on, and I want to do some combos. I'm going to take chat's request on what you want me to put this on. Let me first get the Bon Voyage wheels so we can have a reference category. Stop moving. Stop moving. Hold on, I gotta go lower. All right, you know her, magnetic taco. Blue. So you can make anything magnetic. Here, let's do that again. That was fun. Ready? Whee! Okay. So as a quick recap, we already know what magnetic taco looks like on One Coat Black, on Icon on Board. This is just on its own on a clear wheel, which is kind of cool. You can like try on a different shade. Oh, what's that? I don't know. Over Wanderlust. Am I pointing to the right one? Yeah. Over Wanderlust, Precious Cargo, Sky Lounge, and Unicorn Number 1. And generally speaking, I think you're gonna see the effect better over a polish that's more simple. So you put it on a creme, damn, that's gonna be like a nice, clean, silver sharp line. You put it over a linear hollow, I also think you'll get a good read on it. But if you put it over something more complex, like a chunky glitter, we're probably gonna see it less. But I kind of want to experiment and see live, like, how far can we go? Like, how complex of a polish does it finally get lost at? You know what I mean? So you let me know in the chat what you want to see the new magnetic taco over. I'm going to start pulling some shades and we'll paint them on a wheel. And then I'll decide what do I like the best. And I will make a mani out of it and paint my naked hand. Devil's Advocate, that's a good one. I would love to see if magnetic taco shows up under a layer of a retro jelly like a sandwich. Okay. We could also try that with Devil's Advocate. Okay, I'm gonna start pulling. I'm gonna do Be Kind Rewind. I think that'd be, because that one is a little more translucent. Starry-eyed? Oh. Oh, try it over Frosted Metal. I'm gonna do Favorite Sister because it's a little bit darker, so you might see it better. Existential Crisis, that'd be crazy. But I like it, okay. You want me to try it over another magnetic? Wait, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do Sacrificial Lacquer because it's clean. So I want to see a clean stripe. What if it's a stripe one way and then a stripe the other way? Icon on board, or we already did icon on board, Carol. Or orange creme of your choice. Orange? Okay. Oh my gourd. Oh my gourd. Mist shift. Oh, a multi-chrome is smart. Smart. Very smart, chat. We got a smart chat. Can you do magnetic taco under a shimmer? Huh. Let me get a just a plain creme. Actually, let me get black and I'll do something like that. Where's my black? I found my black. Okay. And I'll grab a shimmer. I'll grab Polar Princess. Okay, I filled up the screen. I think let's start with this. Because the other thing, when I'm making wheels with a magnetic polish, you can't just like paint one and then paint the next, because what will happen is once you try and magnetize one and then you go to like the second one, it's not dry yet if I'm just going one by one, like one after the other. So you're gonna ruin the one adjacent. So the way I paint these wheels is actually over time. Like at my desk, I'll just, I'll do one, I'll leave it like that, I'll magnetize it. And then in like a full 10 minutes later, then I'll do like the next one. Or I do one on one side and then go at least like 4 nails away, so that when I add the magnet here, it's not going to affect that one. Because what will happen is while the magnetic polish, whether it's magnetic taco topper or just a traditional magnetic polish, while it's drying, if you like go like this with the wand or you put it kind of near, it's going to pull it in a direction you don't want it to necessarily go, right? So you need to have it be drying completely in the shape or the design you want it to. So that's why it's actually harder to do on a wheel than your hands, because you can like spread your fingers apart. You know what I mean? So yeah, very simply logical. Use the sticks instead. I guess that's much smarter. But I just like presenting on these, so that's how I do So what I'll do is I'll just like go back and forth between two wheels. I have unlimited wheels anyways. Unlimited wheels, unlimited magnetic power. I'm gonna chug my tea. Okay, let me move all these and we will start painting. And then I'm gonna see which one I like the best and which chatter wins. Doop. So base coat, don't need to magnetize. This is gonna be a sandwich, yes. But let me just go ahead and start opening these bottles. This is Be Kind Rewind from the 4th Anniversary Retro Collection Limited Edition. Now retired, enjoying her life like Blockbuster. You know, just... Actually, is there one left? Is there one Blockbuster left? We're gonna do a sandwich, which means 1 coat of the jelly, then magnetic taco, and then another coat, and see if you can see the line in between. That would be cool. Favorite sister to test the frosted metal. And I chose this one because it's a bit darker rather than like gift receipt. You probably won't see that. Or even like mint money, I feel like you wouldn't see it. So I'm just gonna paint like on a further away part on the wheel so we don't have this problem. His favorite sister. Ugh, what a good polish. So sad we had to retire my sister. This is cool. This is science. That's what I do. I'm a scientist. I'm a nail scientist. All right, next we got Starry Eyed, which has little stars in a deep tealy jelly. That's from the After Party collection, which was 2 holidays ago. Oh my god, time flies when you're painting nails. Did Chatter want this one as a sandwich? I can't recall. I'll put stars on the second coat. I gotta get my toothpick if we want to do some placing. But imagine a magnetic taco through the stars. Okay, existential crisis. This was my 2nd birthday polish. So what year was that? 2021? Because we didn't do my birthday on the first year, right? Or did we? Was that called cake? I can't remember. I don't think so. I think we skipped my birthday on the first year. Shooting stars? That would be so cool. Yeah. Wow. What a good idea. Okay, here's existential crisis. Who's having one right now? Let us know in the chat. If you're looking for a shade to wear during your existential crisis, well, we have a nail polish for that. See how it's deceiving? It's actually a teal jelly, but when you build it up, it's gonna give you everything. Mishift, a multi-chrome. This is our best-selling multi-chrome for sure. And this one's at Ulta, and it does really well because I think it just looks insane in the bottle, right? And like kind of unlike what you see in the drugstore, generally speaking. We'll come back for another coat. Then I'm gonna paint on 1 coat black because that's gonna be our shimmer test. I'm normally VOD watch with my mom after. It feels so weird to be watching live and being able to comment real time. Yeah, what's it like to be live? We're live. Ah, scary. Tell your mom I say hi. All right, here's one coat black. We'll just do one coat. Did I get it all? Yeah. Okay. Now I'm not gonna paint this part just so I have like a clean spot to hold. And I will paint on the other wheel. Oh my god. How do price increases work with Ulta? Do you just tell them? Yes. Same with every other brand who's increasing their prices. I'm so happy to be able to finally catch one of your lives. Welcome, Stephanie. It's Saturday where we just chill. We're just chilling. We're painting and chilling. Okay, I'm gonna do, oh my gourd. This would be a good Halloween combo. Like pumpkin. Shooting pumpkin. Shooting pumpkin? Like, I don't know. Okay, Devil's Advocate. I'm interested in that one, especially the sandwich factor. So I'm gonna do a nice thick first coat, and then we're gonna sandwich her. Oops, there's like a menchie hair in there. I'm gonna paint it out. Anyone else do that? You just like keep seeing the hair and then you just paint it to the end. There, I think I got it. All right, now the last one I have open is Sacrificial Lacquer, so I'm gonna magnetize on that one. And then I kind of want to do a cross stripe idea. So here's Sacrificial Lacquer, which is already magnetic, but this one's like a super clean red. So I think in my brain, I could see it. I could see it in my head. I think it'll be cool. So I'm gonna do one nice thick coat. And then we're gonna magnetize loop in this direction. I just let it sit there. And I will do 2 coats just to build up that base. And then when I do magnetic taco, I'll do it the other direction. Drew, hi, Simply wore Sky Lounge for the Blue Jays game on Wednesday, and I've never received more compliments for any polish. Maybe you could do magnetic taco over time after time. Love from Buffalo. Thank you. That's such a good shade for like a sporting event where their color is blue. I could absolutely see that. Okay, we'll do time after time. Time after time. I guess it's easy for my brain to like understand how magnetic taco would look over a basic creme because it's just a silver stripe. So I don't feel the need to do like every single creme, you know what I mean? Like it's something like this, like these two, but just the other color. But the specialty things, that's where I'm like, how is it gonna read? So that's what I'm mostly gonna focus on rather than just doing a bunch of cremes. We'll just have a couple though. So I will add time after time here. Wait, that's touch grass. I picked the darker one because my brain thought darker. I like, I think the effect, kind of like Holo. I generally think it looks more obvious when you put a specialty topper over a darker base. That doesn't mean like it has to be black, but the darker, the more obvious it's going to be. The lighter, the more softer the look and the less obvious the special effect is gonna be. Like this is a super pale sagey green, but maybe you're going for that like just a delicate silver line, which I get if you're very like light cottagecore love. And we have to do a chonky glitter. Okay, yes. Okay, we're gonna do Lo-Fi Lavender. I did say I wanted to see what it would look like. This is a wild glitter. Okay, and that's gonna be it. But let's this one will need to load up in 3 coats. But let me just go back to my first wheel so I can paint any required second coats. So I'm just painting second coats, nothing interesting to see here. I'm not doing a second coat on Be Kind Rewind because that's gonna be a sandwich. We're gonna have a picnic. And then Starry Eyed. I wanna make sure I get some stars. So this is what I normally do with stars or any shape like Garden Party Taco is I just take, you could use your mat, but I just don't wanna put my arms in the mat. But I just take like a yogurt lid and go like that so that I can fish them out with a little toothpick and add them. So first I will paint and then I will fish. And that's just like any polish, no matter what brand. If there's a larger size glitter like a star, a big flower, a butterfly, a heart, whatever, like you're gonna go fishing. That doesn't mean that the brand didn't put as much in the bottle, although sometimes that's true. But it's just the way larger glitters behave. They are heavier, so they're not gonna like perfectly come out on the nail exactly where you want. Although I did get 2 stars here, but oop, there's another one here. That was a little bit of luck. But if you kind of want to place them perfectly, then I highly recommend just doing this fishing method. So I just kind of take some out. And then I just go like that. Bloop. Bloop. And do it while the polish is still wet. Like paint on a coat and then immediately do this so that it kind of sinks in. Bloop, bloop. It's harder to find the stars in the teal jelly. That's a decent amount of stars. Perfect. Okay. Next, existential crises. Sorry, I'll read your chats in a second. Let me just get this one layered up. Ugh, what a good shade. So glad this one was voted back at some point. There you go. That's an existential crisis with a magnetic taco. Okay, Mischief will come to life by the second coat. Yeah, that's like cool car paint. I love that color shift. It kind of matches my shirt and my spirit, which is purple. I love the like green to purple. It's kind of like blue too in this lighting. It really depends on the lighting. Okay, here we have 1 coat black, and I was gonna do a shimmer. Did Chatter want shimmer over or under? Hold on, let me think about that. I think we should try the shimmer. If you put it under, then like I could already see how that would look. Like you would see more silver, it would be more striking if you put the magnetic line on top. So I feel like I should do it the opposite just to see what happens if you put the shimmer over. Yeah, let's do that. Because on top is like more obvious, I think. I was Chatter, shimmer over. Okay, noted. Swarbles and Shrooms nail. Okay. So, why don't I do this? Let's do the first one right now. Be Kind Rewind, jelly. Always shake up your magnetic polish, okay? Like that, this is more important than any other. You should shake your nail polish a little bit, but with magnetics, you definitely want to make sure you shake them up enough before you use them so that the magnetic pigments are evenly dispersed. That's more important, like the longer you've had your bottle sitting around. Yeah, just spank it. I just spanked it. It does kind of sound like I'm spanking it. If you weren't looking at what I was doing, you're just hear this. Okay. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead, put a nice generous coat, and then immediately magnetize. And you would repeat this on your nails. The logic is the same. Like a super thick coat because I can. And then I'm going to go like, woo! See that? Bloop. Okay. Oop, other way. There. Hold still. When I paint magnetics, I always put my finger on the wand. So I will demo that when we get to my nails. Some people hover it on top. It depends on the thickness of your finger. If your finger's like too thick in this direction, then the magnetic pole may not be enough to go through your finger. So then, yeah, you would do the like line on top. And yes, there are multiple different methods to do magnetics. Like there's people out there who've like invented different ways of like putting a magnet on the right and the left and tilting it 90 degrees to get like different effects. I kind of just want to keep it simple just because it's easier to do on a wheel and standardize the way we do it across. But there are so many people out there who've experimented with different ways of using the magnet. But for the sake of science and standardization and our methodology, I'm going to do this cat eye stripe the whole way through. So I'm going to let that sit and do second coats that I needed to do on here. So, just adding some more lo-fi lavender. Oh, I love these. The Pixel Perfect glitters. Simply, what is that color blue? I need to know. That is Be Kind Rewind. It's been retired for 2 years. Oops. Why don't I just get a second magnet and then I can move them around? Duh. Okay, let me grab one. Hold on. Extra sticks. Which we're actually changing on the web store. I've heard too many of you say you don't need more wands because right now you automatically get a wand with any magnetic polish, and people are like, I have 87 wands, please stop sending them. So we are changing that at the same time as the price increase. Holo Taco will share this too, but yeah, just moving forward as of next month, you won't automatically get wands with the purchase of a single magnetic polish. If it's in a bundle, then yeah, we will just throw one in. But you'll be able to add it to your cart, but it'll be cheaper than $5. So we'll make it less expensive than $5, but it won't automatically come with the purchase of a single magnetic polish. Just a bundle. Can't you remove it from your cart? No, there's like some, I don't know. There's like technical things about it. So we've just been throwing it into every order that had any magnetic polish at all. But like that's not working for people, and then the cart like unadd thing just seems unreliable, or I forget the technical issue. So what we're gonna do is it's not auto. There is no more wand, but you can add it to your cart if you need it. Which I know a lot of people don't need more wands, but the option will be there to add one. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So, I mean, I think she's like basically dry or not needing the magnet. So what I'm gonna do is I want to finish sacrificial here. Just so she's her true self. There we go. I want this one to be like an X. Like I want to make an X with that one. So I'm trying to make that one perfect. Okay, let me just read a couple things. I like having multiple wands. Well, you probably already have multiple wands, but we got to change that. We got to stop throwing away wands. All right. Procrastination wants green. Green linear, of course. I would love to see if magnetic taco shows up on early retro jelly. We're trying that. Overgot cake to see if it gets lost. Let's see if it gets lost on existential. Hello, Christine. Oh no, it's a Mac attack. How many sleeping bags will we need for the camping polishes in August? More than 6? We're gonna take a lot of campers actually. I'm thinking there's quite a few, several campers. You know, take them on a trip. The more people, the better, because then you have more resources, more people to carry a canoe, more people to portage. It's very important. I've done that with my cabin. Hello from Germany. Hello, Celine. How about a thermal polish with magnetic? But then I would need hot water, cold water, and more dry time in order to demo, which this is too complicated for today. Let's stick with one complication. Cryptid Courtney, I'm so absolutely in love with the retro jellies to the point of almost being afraid to use them. Will Holo Taco ever give us more of that formula? I'm thinking about more like Crelly type formulas. Like Devil's Advocate did crazy well, like shot to the top of the Dark Academia launch, which is crazy because it's not specialty. Like it doesn't have like holo or, you know, any special stuff in it. So like that's a formula that I absolutely hear you, and we're working on some other colors like that. Just a couple, just sprinkle them in. Uh-oh, it's the BB No Money attack. We're being attacked by Jess again. Okay, I'm going to move this over here. Bloop. And we're gonna do this. And let's kick off one of these. Yeah, I'm gonna start magnetizing. Maybe a topper over time after time. You can't override other chatters' requests. What is this? Then we'll see it even less because it's already so pale. All right, okay. Let's make favorite sister magnetic. I'll tell my sister. She already has such a magnetic personality. Ready? Ooh, that looks pretty, like just painted, like without magnetizing. Stunning. Okay. That's so nice. That's like a Christmas ornament. It looks like a Christmas ornament. Like perfectly. Wait until like I show you in the light, because you can't really tell the frosted metalness from this angle. But that is a Christmas ornament. You win. That's beautiful. And that would also look beautiful with different like velvet or the dome effect. But the stripe reminds me of a Christmas ornament where they have like the silver like whoosh, around the red like candy red kind of ornament. Absolutely beautiful. Isabel, oh my god, saw someone said this in the comments a couple minutes ago. What about using the cracked taco shell with magnetic topper? How would you do that? Would you do the magnetic under? I mean, I could just throw cracked taco shell on top of the orange when we're done. That's what I'll do. Okay, that's beautiful. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna leave that there, and we're gonna just float in the air. Okay, but then I don't want this magnet to get attacked by this magnet. Don't put your magnets close together. They will attack each other. So I gotta Move it over. Yeah, that's what we gotta do so you can see. Bloop. All right. Let's try it over the glitter. Will it get lost over a glitter? Let's find out. You're gonna do a super thick coat. That's how you're gonna see a stronger. It looks so pretty without even magnetizing. Okay. Oh my God, you do see it. Wow. My hypothesis was incorrect. It actually looks pretty. I will showcase all of these better, like when I lift them up when they're dry enough. But that looks really good. Wait, so you get the benefits of like chunky glitter, but then you still have a cool stripe? That looks like salon. People will be like, what? How did you do that? What salon did you go to? And I'll be like, mine. Over everything is pine. But we have starry-eyed. That's like a close enough proxy. I don't have enough room on wheels, so we will tackle these requests first. I found my fave goth combo, Ruby Madly Deeply with Black Flake Taco. So vampy. That does sound vampy. Did it for a concert? Yeah, that is kind of like rock with the Black Flake Taco. It's kind of badass. I like it. Okay, well that one's drying. Bloop. Okay. Let's bring this back. Oh, Favorite Sister looks so good. Okay, let's do Existential Crisis. I'm kind of going on the opposite end so I don't ruin it. Magnetic Taco over Existential Crisis. Will it compute? Okay, that's pretty. Ah! Oops. Wow, I'm impressed with myself. Like, I wasn't expecting to see it as clearly over the like more complicated ones, and I'm just like, damn, okay, that's pretty obvious. Damn. That's a galaxy, yep. What about magnetic on top of Cool Cat Mom? We're gonna do that over Sacrificial Lacquer, which is a cleaner magnetic base. I'm gonna make an X, so that'll be next on the other wheel. We need to be able to vote to make Magnetic Taco permanent. I have to check with the supply chain before including something on a vote to bring back list, but we are plotting our vote to bring back list, our short list, and that's coming soon, actually. What month is it? Yeah. Holo Royalty will be voting soon on what to bring back. But I do not have confirmation yet that Magnetic Taco will be on the list. But if it is, you better fucking vote that back. Because, like, that one would deserve it more, in my opinion, than, I don't know, like a random linear or something. Or just, I don't mean to put down linear, just like a random polish that we already have that formula in just in other colors. But something like Magnetic Taco is just too unique. But because of that, I am also not confirmed on the pigment availability. So. Make chameleon permanent? See, no. See, if you vote that way, like, you're just ruining it. You're ruining it! No, do not vote for chameleon coat. Amber, I love doing black, then silver, then a jelly, and it becomes essentially any color of the magnet. Oh, that's so fun. So we're kind of gonna just do that with Devil's Advocate, which is dark enough. Okay, I'm gonna move this guy over. Okay, it's still a little bit wet. I see the line moving slightly. Okay, let's do the Devil's Advocate now. Okay, so this we're gonna turn into a sandwich. 1 coat of Devil's Advocate. Oops. 1 coat of Magnetic Taco. Ready? It's so satisfying to watch that. Wow. Ah! I dropped it. There. Okay. It looks like crooked on your angle, but on my angle, it's because the wheel is kind of crooked to your eyes, to the camera, but it's not crooked. It is like magic, I know. I had fun when we were testing these prototypes. For those who saw the prototypes, the behind the scenes, so that would be exclusive content for Holo Swatchers and royalty. You recently just got that short, right? Where you saw the prototypes for the Bon Voyage 6th anniversary collection. So Magnetic Taco, it was really... The tricky part for me to decide was like how fine the particles should be, because there was one that was even like finer that would have been like tighter, but I also felt that it wasn't as like sparkly, like it didn't really scintillate as much because it was just, it looked grayer because the particle was finer. Or there was one that had a larger particle, but I found that was a less clear line. Like once it got a little bit bigger, then it became a little more like diluted in its effect, even though it was sparklier. Like think of it like more silver, like larger particles. So I was like, I picked one that was like right in the middle, but a bit closer to the finer side because I wanted a really like clean stripe, like very visible, not a more dispersion, because it's already tricky. Understandably, I get that sometimes people do struggle with magnetic polishes that are regular polish because you have to have patience. You have to let it dry to keep the effect in place. So I didn't want to like go the direction of where that would be more challenging, which would be a larger particle. Do you mix them? It is a bit of a blend. Yeah. I mean, our product developer is the master there. I'm just aware it's like somewhat of a in the middle. Dawn, I did not think I'd love Magnetic Taco as much as I do. I'm going to run out just doing swatches. Me too. Better get backups because that's gonna sell out. It's probably gonna be gone by next week. So get your backups. Get your bags. Get extra Bon Voyage bags before the final boarding call. You made the right choice. Thank you, silly munchkins. Okay, so I'm gonna move her. That's gonna become a sandwich. We're gonna come back from this one. I'm gonna do 1 coat black and then the shimmer goes on top. Okay. 1 coat black, Magnetic Taco. Wow. Wow. You bought a backup bottle already? Let's go, Karen. Has Simply said what is on her right hand? What are you talking about? I don't see anything. It's been on. It's been on for too long. It's like chipping too. A girl's gotta work. I be testing. I be testing, I be debating which one do I want. They're not the same, but they probably look the same, but they're not the same. It's the fine details that, like, sometimes I just have to wear something and live in it. And then I'm like, oh, okay, it's this one, you know? I can't do that for every polish because that would take forever. But I mean, I'm always painting them on wheels, obviously. But sometimes I just know, and sometimes I don't. So I just wear them. Wear the, like, very minor differences between things that, like, maybe you wouldn't realize. You probably think they're the same and you think it's all one polish, but it's not. They're technically all different prototypes. Is it possible to make magnetic tacos in other colors than silver? I'm not sure. Now, there's a difference between what is possible and what you can do in a nail polish cosmetics product. So there's that. But I'm unaware of the latter. You missed my chat? I missed your chat. Send me to jail. Would you consider, or is it even possible to do hollow magnetic toppers similar to the gel polishes? So I have looked into this as well. But I'm thinking. I'm thinking on it. It's a consideration. But at this time it is not in the plan. But I have investigated. I have questions. Yeah, we're letting her cook, but that doesn't mean she's coming out of the oven. I don't know. There's a lot of things that don't come out of the oven, guys. Like, and literally there is an oven. Wait, it's called like a thermo, I forget the word. There is an oven at the lab where Holo Taco is prototyped and made, where it's called like a stability tester. It's basically an oven. I'm simplifying it. And they put the polish in there at like different degrees, different temperatures, and different time lengths, and that's supposed to simulate passage of time. So like you could test it for 6 months, which is really, I actually don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm making this up. Let's say that's like 12 hours in the oven at this temperature equals 6 months. I don't know if that's what it is. But you literally let the polish cook, to test. It's a stability simulation, a simulator sort of. It's like a proxy for the passage of time, because we obviously can't wait like a year of just letting a polish sit before we decide to release it, because that would be crazy. We'd have to plan 2 years in advance. But yeah, that's what polish companies should do, or I think is part of probably all the big major brands process. They let them cook. Literally put it in the oven. Can we put chat in the oven? I have put chat in the oven on past Simply Baked Logicals. Okay, let's move this boy over here. Let's do it over time after time. All right, we got a very pale muted creme. I predict this is gonna look really cutesy, pretty, delicate, kind of wintry, less obvious, but let's see. Oh, it just looks so good on its own too. Is anyone just gonna use magnetic taco like by itself? Or sorry, without a magnet? Okay, that's really pretty. I changed my mind. At first I was like, I don't like this idea. It's gonna be boring. But it is stunning. It's wintergreen. It's like gum. Okay, someone contact 5 Gum Yeah, that's the brand, because they have like a wintry looking like stripe on their packaging. And this is how models in their commercials should be doing their nails. I just had a random access memory. Lol, my aunt used to swear putting polish in the refrigerator was best. What's your thoughts? I've heard this too. I do not partake in that practice. I think it's one of those like old wives' tales, you know, like the things that like, who really knows? But people have just been doing it and saying it for so long, and they just like to say like, this is what you should do to do this. And it's like, okay, like, I don't know if someone has actually done a meaningful scientific experiment to prove that there's a benefit in doing that. Now, maybe your climate where you store your polish on your shelf is too humid and too hot, in which case it's possible that a fridge might be preferable to extend the life of your polish. But I'm not going to make that assumption. I don't think that's the case for the majority of people. Like, what temperature is it in here? Actually, it is 22 degrees in here. That's too hot. It is 40% humidity. I have a thermo thing over here. I don't think it's necessary for most people, especially like, what are you gonna put? What if you have 200 nail polishes? You're gonna buy a fridge just for your nail polish? Like, I don't think it's possible. Wouldn't putting it in the fridge mess with the viscosity of some of them? Yeah, I also think that's possible. Like, I would be concerned actually about putting a chunky glitter in the fridge, because I feel like you're just gonna make it harder to use. And then you'll just be whipping out your thinner more often. But I don't know, I didn't test that. That's just like my speculation. So I don't bother. Unless your polish is like maybe super liquidy for some reason, and you live in a humid climate, then putting in the fridge might help thicken and smooth it. But like, I feel like that's such a rare circumstance. What if they froze? Well, I have done that actually. I have put cold slate in the freezer and it didn't freeze. Wait, I have done this science experiment. Do you recall when the Fire and Ice collection launched? I took cold slate and froze it in a block of water into an ice block. And then we defrosted cold slate and see if the polish was frozen. It was not frozen. It still came out. It would like swipe. So polish doesn't freeze. It's like alcohol. I left her in the freezer, and then when I moved, it was like almost a year later, she was still in the freezer in that ice block. So I remember posting that on Snapchat, like, look what I found. I remember, so fun. That was fun. We do weird ass things here. I eat my 5-year-old cake. I put nail polish in the freezer, but not for the reason your aunt said. Okay, let's go. Whoa, Jesus. I got it on me. I got some magnetic taco on me. Okay. I want to put it on starry-eyed. Yeah. So, like, will it look lost on this one? My hypothesis would have been yes, but the way it looked over Lo-Fi Lavender, I don't know. I think I'm going to see it pretty well here. Ready? So we got starry-eyed teal jelly with stars as the base. Let's swipe on some magnetic taco. Ooh, Christmas. That's also stunning. After, I'll pull it closer so you can analyze the stars within. But it's like shooting stars, and then there's like a star trail. Oh my God. What's the freezing point of nail polish? I don't know. Good question. Should ask the lab. Can Holo Taco come out with the horseshoe magnet? I've seen that, and I have investigated. I'm just going to tell you, those are very expensive. Like, and getting more expensive. That doesn't mean the answer to your question is no, but I'm just telling you, if we were to release it, it's not gonna be $5. Like, that magnet is wildly expensive. So it may not be something that everyone wants to purchase. Yeah, I know. And it's getting more expensive because it's like rare earths or whatever, and like tariffs and thanks. Yep. How much would it be? I don't know yet. But it's getting more expensive. So even brands that have already come out with it and like priced it, they're probably like debating and looking at the incoming stuff, and they're like, uh-oh. At least that's what I've seen. I work in quality assurance for medical devices, and we also put our products in an oven to simulate aging, which is common practice. The procedure is based on Arrhenius's equation. Sorry, I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. That's really cool, Nepes. Silly Munchkin says the horseshoe magnets cost $25 to $30 on Amazon. Yeah, and that's Amazon, which is not gonna be necessarily where we could land. Like, it might need to be more expensive. I don't know, but that's expensive. Amazon is always cheaper because they're just, you know, they're Amazon. But like, that's crazy when you think of like this wand, you know, we've sold individually for $5, and we're gonna sell it for less next month because it's no longer auto added to anyone who buys magnetic polishes. But like, these wands are not expensive. So I do worry about like selling a tool, you know, upwards of $30 or whatever. I don't know what the price is. I'm just like guessing based on what you said on Amazon. It would be higher, I'm assuming. Amazon is cheaper because they take the loss on a lot of products. Yeah. And they have crazy volume too, I'm assuming. Like, so. But even, let's say it is like $35. Someone like a customer who hasn't used either product, let's say you're like an Ulta customer. Like you're not a Holo Taco fanatic or magnetic polish fanatic. So you don't know as much about it. And you see two magnets, and one of them is like $3 and the other's $35, and you're like, I do not need a 35. Like, that's crazy, right? So even the juxtaposition of something like that will turn people off of it altogether. So I do kind of like think about the optics and the presentation of that, even though I understand that some of you see a value in it and get it, but it does kind of make me think like, I don't know if I like that. So anyways, these are things I have to think about. Like, how will a customer approach this and see, will they see an issue with it? Is it off-putting? Does it look like it's a money grab for no reason because they don't really know that it's just a very expensive type of magnet? I mean, if it was painted holographic, well, how much do you want to pay? $60? Wait, what? Not only do you want an incredibly expensive magnet, but you want us to get it custom coated and holographic. All right, I'm gonna move this away, and we're gonna do this. Okay, I'm excited for this. We're gonna make an X. X marks the spot. Ready? Okay, I gotta put this the other way or else I will screw it up. Hold on, I gotta practice. Okay, I gotta put it down this way. I cannot mess this up, right? Yeah, okay. So we got sacrificial lacquer and already magnetic polish with the cat eye stripe going one direction. And now let's do the other direction with magnetic taco. Okay, nobody breathe. You can't really see it. Okay, well, you can from another angle. Oh, I know what's happening. Okay, scientific explanation. So even though sacrificial lacquer had dried down, like that was at least 10 minutes of it, which is fine. What happens is once I put anything over it, doesn't matter that it's magnetic, doesn't matter if it was just Glossy Taco, it re-wets the polish underneath. And so it's gonna start diffusing that already dried down stripe effect under, because it's like wet again, right? Yeah. Yes, so you guys guessed the same thing. Yeah, so it kind of, yeah. Put another wand on top. This will happen. They will just get squished and it'll get mixed up. So no, do not do that. Do not hover another wand on top. You will snap your finger. Shout out to women in STEM, right? I have an explanation for this. Would a top coat help? I don't think so, because you're ultimately, actually, maybe it would have. Maybe it would have, yeah. But you're still re-wetting it. Although, I don't know, you're probably right. It might help a bit. You know what would do a better job though? Is sacrificial lacquer in and of itself is a red on red magnetic. And I think that was kind of our first problem, is like it's not a different color stripe than the base, so it's gonna be less obvious. But what you could do is create an X on a standard color, like just a straight up, just pick red or something, and try that. And make an X with magnetic taco. So you have a silver X, and then that might be more obvious. We could do that on one of these. Maybe we try it on Devil's Advocate. Wait, no, because I want to keep that test. Here, I'm going to try something. Here, while that's cooking, I'm gonna try something. Let me do this here. I'm gonna do what we all just said. An X out of silver, but add a Glossy Taco. So that's Devil's Advocate. I kind of want to make it red. I just think it's like badass, you know. Okay, and while that's drying, even though it's kind of a little bit of a fail, but it's fine. Let's do Miss Shift. Magnetic multichrome. Bah! Ready? Magnetic Taco over Miss Shift. Wow, there's a fruit fly. Get out of my taco. Okay, that's pretty. Imagine a car like this. I would die. Love conducting experiments for the sake of polish. Same. I'm not convinced it's possible with non-gel polish, but I will remain open-minded. Yes. Gel polish dries instantly because of the chemicals in it and the LED lamp. Regular polish dries more like normal paint, right? It takes air to dry, so that doing like layers of magnetic when you re-wet the base like probably doesn't work as well. I hear you. I'm just moving her out of the way so we can continue. Let's do this. Okay. We're gonna finish this experiment. So 1 coat, or did I do 2 coats? Whatever. Devil's Advocate, then Magnetic Taco in a sandwich with Devil's Advocate. That's what I want to see. Now I'm gonna have my magnetic wand ready because I do want to magnetize it, even though I'm putting Devil's Advocate on top, which is not magnetic, because it's going to re-wet the magnetic taco. So if I don't do this, it might start fading, right? So you do need to magnetize on every level. Level? What game is this? Every layer. Just like when you add a Glossy Taco, which is not magnetic, but when you're re-wetting it, you do want to, you know, keep that magnetic pull tight. So let's go in with a sandwich of Devil's Advocate. I'm going to try and do this thinnish. Okay, ready? Oh, it is a little hidey. It's hiding. It's so subtle, but like, it's kind of cool. I think this will look really cool and shifty when you move it around. It's like a baddie. Yeah. So when I like go like this up close, you'll see kind of, I can see already that it's going to be like a subtle effect. We love subtle vampy nail art. Yeah. Devil's Advocate is a Crelly, not a jelly, because I didn't think it was on brand to kick off translucent versions of nail polish with the most translucent thing, because coverage is something that people really look to Holo Taco for. So Crellies is like in the middle. So like it's still buildable. You can still see like the translucency when you look up to the light. It does look squishy, but it's not super light, like super translucent, because then I feel like I personally felt like people would be annoyed. They're like, this isn't Holo Taco. And some people do think thinner polishes like that are more translucent like that are lower quality. You know what I mean? Because they want coverage, even, but this is like squishy coverage. So at some point, I do want to explore more truer jellies, but I do think, generally speaking, that's not going to be something that we play around a lot, because people expect coverage from Holo Taco. That doesn't mean never, but it's not a brand priority for me. You could get sheer shit from like lots of other places. It's also like way less expensive to make, which is why I guess I should make more, but that's not why I make my decisions. Got my collection yesterday, and holy moly, I was pleasantly surprised with how hot Icon on Board is. She is stunning. She is hot. She is hot. Look how hot she is. Well, not on a clear wheel. You got to put it on your skin. Okay, let's move this. Come back to this wheel and do the same thing. Sandwich here. Another sandwich. Be kind, rewind. Sandwich. Now, hypothesis. I think this is going to be more obvious than what we just saw with the Devil's Advocate sandwich, but I still contend that like it's not going to look as obvious as just using it as a topper on the top. So, but let's see how much it kills it. Okay, I see it. Yeah, it's more obvious on like the lighter colors, the lighter jellies. It's kind of pretty, but you know what's also happening? The sparkling, like the small, finer sparkle, if there's a word for it, the scintillating, the glistening glow of like the magnetic topper straight up, like see how the silverness of it is kind of dying. Yeah, it gets cloudy. It's like a cloud in the sky. Oh, that's a good one, Chewy Cookie. Yeah, I do think putting like any Crelly on top of Magnetic Taco, it's gonna cloud it a little bit. So you're also losing a little bit of like the shimmeriness of it. Yeah, it's not as potent. So it's doable, but it's not as obvious. Looks like a summer pool. It does look like a summer pool. It's like moving. Yeah, now it's more of like a subtle flare. Like a meteorologist would love this, Manny. They'd be like, what, is this a nimbus cloud? I forget the other clouds. I got Big Reef Energy a few days ago, and as someone who doesn't have any nail polish brands in my country, it's so unique. I love those big chunky iridescent flakes. Did you get Wait a Minute too? I think that's like my favorite. That and Crashing Out. I like the name, but I like the bluish with pink flakes personally. Oh, I miss learning about different types of clouds. Yeah, remember when school taught us about clouds? The only reason I know the word nimbus. All right, orange. We're gonna do orange, and then I'm gonna add crackle on this one. All right, let's magnetize this pumpkin. There, that's nice and simple. Construction vest! We just made a construction vest! Oh my god. I love how every combo we're doing, we're just unlocking something in real life. Like, what does this look like in real life? Where have I seen this in a video game? I have a vest like that. I think I bought it for a Troom Troom video or something. I can't remember. It's got traffic cone energy. Safety first. Never put your magnetic wands too close to each other. Alright, I'm thinking. We're gonna move this over here. Now I want to do this experiment. This is going to be the X. We're going to redo the X experiment. So first coat, One Direction. Oh my god, she said One Direction. And then I'm gonna Glossy Taco it, because I want to make sure I have enough time for this one, because Glossy Taco should dry. So I'm gonna do this one before we do anything else. Let me get my Glossy Taco. This is like an executive function test. Is it? This is actually an IQ test. We're trying to figure out how the magnetics work together. We are testing our IQ. Women in STEM. Okay, I'm just looking at my other wheel. I would like to Glossy Taco some of them just so it presents the best. Like any manicure, you should end with a Glossy Taco. So I don't want to move that one because I want that one to be more perfect. But I'm just gonna Glossy Taco at least this one because the glitter is more obvious, not as shiny without a Glossy Taco. So let me throw on a Glossy Taco. and magnetize it. But sorry, I'm kind of stepping away. I'm off screen. It's okay, it looks the same. But I just don't want my two magnets to fight. No magnet attacks. It looks so pleasing to my brain every time I see it. When it like goes from a silver shell to a line, it goes. Okay, we can't do this shimmer test because it's too close to this. The proximity is too close. I should have done that somewhere else. Uh-oh. Okay, what should I do on my hand? That's what I should start doing. I should base coat. While we're thinking, I'm gonna put on a peely base. I'm just gonna paint over here in the corner because I don't want to touch that. What should I do on my nails? Don't make it complicated. I want a simple, clean one that's obvious. My personal preference is I don't want subtle. I want obvious. But I do have confidence in like choosing a fun special effect, like, you know, any of our specialty polishes, and then throwing this on, because I think this test has proven that even glitters, even something like Existential Crisis can handle the silver. Magnetic Taco. It's really just, I probably wouldn't pick a silver polish because that would be too subtle for me, for my tastes right now. So what are we saying? You can do gift receipt with it on top. I don't want to do that. Banana hacks. What is that Ben? Is that Ben's alt account? Midnight Spark. That would be really pretty. A unicorn #1 sandwich. I don't, then it's too subtle. I just want to put it on top. I don't want a sandwich. You can have a sandwich. I want a salad with chicken on top, okay? Ooh, Silent Library would be really pretty. But I kind of want something more like summery. That's too fall. I'm not in fall mode yet. I'm just looking behind me. I would have like gravitated towards one of like the bright linears, but then I realized like I literally just did that on stream. I just did like a red licorice magenta jelly skittle. So let's not do that again. Multi-chrome skittle? We could do that. But too many of them are retired. People will just yell at me. I'm row for it? Oh, wait, I like that. That'd be crazy. Would be hot. Okay, I like that. Cause just picture it. Picture this. Yeah, that's hot. Cause it's a cleaner formula-ish, but it does have some stuff in it. I feel like that's gonna look hot. I'm into it. Okay. Top coat. Okay, we are testing our theory. We're gonna try and make an X. Hello? Glossy Taco, so we can try and lock it in place before we do the X on top, okay? So Glossy Taco. I'm gonna put it down, or wait, I need to show. Magnetize again. I gotta do the shimmer on that one. That I know. Why did I blow the microphone? Chat. All right, did I miss anything? Answered those. I need a product to hold the magnet in place on top of my nails. The underneath method doesn't work on your fingies. I've seen people just throw it in a book. I don't read, so I can't demonstrate, but I don't know how to read. Oh wait, I have a notebook. But I can't take, or I could take this magnet. Okay, here. What? R.I.P. So you take your book and you figure out, you need a thicker book than this, like something like that, right? But you just use the pages or whatever to go like this and then put it in your book. And you just create a little shelf so you have enough space, and then you would just hover it perfectly. So you would test like the distance you need before your nails are wet, but I've seen people just do that. Literally just use that as the tool, and then you have enough space. Smart. Yep. So you don't need to, I mean, I've seen tools on Amazon for this, but you could also just put your wand in a book. Yeah, there are stands you can buy. Yeah, sure. You can go buy one, or you can just put it in a book. Okay, this one's locking in. I'm gonna paint on, where's my base coat? Smoothing base. But let me just close some polishes before we have an accident. Go to the library, get a thick book. Yeah, a dictionary. I have a really thick dictionary. It was in the Dark Academia videos. if you recall, there was like some giant thick red, like dark red with gold stuff on it. I don't know why I have that. Like, I've had that ever since I was a kid. I don't know why or how I even acquired this like really antique looking giant ass dictionary. It's like Webster's Dictionary. I've never used it because I have the internet. I have Google. It's a Thictionary. Good one. Okay, I'm just gonna move this up. I want her to dry it perfectly, and I'm going to smoothing base my nails. So I like to put smoothing base on top of peely base personally because I don't know, because I like to peel off my nails but also even them out because my nails are kind of uneven from various things such as eczema. Also, my nails get a lot of painting, a lot of abuse. I abuse my nails. I'm abusing them right now as I'm shooting the next collection. Don't tell anyone. There we go. The thumb still has a wet patch of peely base, so I'm gonna let that dry. This nail length is so cute. Is it? Is it different? I mean, my thumb is shorter because I broke the side, so it's kind of crooked. Don't make fun of me when the photos for the next collection come out and I'm like holding it with my thumb and this looks like I had a little accident. What am I gonna do? I have to work. I have to take pictures. Have you ever put on 2 layers of smoothing? Absolutely. If I was doing a like a more like clean looking mani, which is never, which is just when I did nail trends basically. So I would put on 2 layers if I'm not putting anything else on. or I'm just doing like negative nail art, or I just did a French tip on top of it, because 2 layers of smoothing base is what my level of nail staining would need to like look less stained. It still wouldn't take it all away. Like, look how stained my nails are. But you only need 1 layer to do the bridge filling. Like, that's good enough. Maybe you want to do 2 if you're really looking to kind of milkify your nail more. Simply, when are we going camping? Next month. You want to go camping? I found a picture of baby Simply from 2002. Wait, can I just show you? It'd probably be better if I saved it, but I don't care. I'm going to show you. This is what I shared it with the team. I just sent it to some of my coworkers. Let me find it. Ready? What do you think? Who is she? Simply a camper. That was 2002. You look ecstatic. Yeah, I probably wanted to die. Like, that was on a canoe trip at camp in Canada. Simply Camp-logical. I wonder if we should use that picture in like some of the promotion for camp. I think it would be so funny. It might be a little weird to some people who are like, what the fuck is this? But it's cute. I'm a nature queen. Yeah, right. But I did go camping many times. I went to summer camp my entire life. I should probably save this story for camping. Not my entire life, that's a lie. Since I was 6 years old, I went to overnight summer camp for at least 1 month straight. Like, didn't live with my parents for at least 1 month out of the year since I was 6. And I continued at camp going back every year until I was 15. So I stopped going when I was 15 or 16, because then I realized, hey, I want to make money, actually. I don't want to waste my summers at camp. So when I realized like I was old enough to start working at 15, I started working and not going to camp in the summers. But yeah, that's a long time of my life spent at camp. Now, camp doesn't mean in a tent every night. Camp was like cabins and there was toilets. But for 1 week out of the month, we would go like on a real canoe trip. So we would fucking pack bags, put food on our back in like a backpack, carry canoes. We're literally like 90-pound girls carrying 90-pound canoes. It was just ridiculous. I was like 10 or whatever age. And yeah. I don't really love the canoe trips. I just have bad memories of like the counselors not packing enough food this one time, and it was just thunderstorming and the bugs were eating me alive and everyone was crying. So there was some good stuff and some also like, wow, this is more than roughing it, you know? Yeah, and the occasional granola bars. So I have told this story, yeah. Like, there just wasn't enough food, so they had to start rationing the granola bars and give us, like, a tiny piece. And I ate leaves. Like, at one point, the children were eating leaves. Like, we were just eating random leaves. Does this explain things? But everything else was a good time. Camp in a nutshell, yeah, basically. Summer camp definitely built character. Yeah, for me too. I think so. It made me realize that I'm always going to have a lighter to start a fire and not figure out how to do it with sticks. It taught me to be prepared. All right. Okay. Let's do our shimmer test. Today, the parents would sue the camp. Maybe. When we got back to camp after that one bad canoe trip, so you weren't allowed to like use the phone, but maybe that's because this was also the early 2000s and like no one had cell phones anyways. But like, you weren't allowed to just like, hey, can I call my parents? Like, that's not how phones worked. No one had a cell phone, A, and B, you can't just like walk into the main office and ask for a phone. There would need to be a good reason, like you got injured, or if you were like super homesick and wouldn't shut the fuck up, maybe eventually they would let you call your parents. That was not me. I was never homesick. I cried when camp was over. But like, after we got back, I remember some of the other, my cabin mates, like wanting to call their parents because they were like so upset that all this happened. I was just happy to be back at the camp and like have running water and heat and a cozy bed. So I didn't feel like I wanted to call my parents, but I remember other people were like trying to fight to use the phone. I'm just like, what a bunch of babies. No, I'm joking. It was bad. But yeah, I wonder what kids do these days. Like, can you have your cell phone at camp? I don't know. Yeah, we were just writing letters. That's crazy. Sounds like straight out neglect. It was absolutely a mistake by the counselors to not have packed enough food. Like, that's fucking stupid. They probably got in trouble for that. I don't know. I wasn't there after they got yelled at. Most camps don't let kids have phones tech. I mean, I guess that's good because like no one would do any of the activities. They would just be on TikTok. Simply don't lie, you didn't write letters. No, we were forced to have a letter. Now maybe there was nothing in it, but you were demanded a letter to your parents. I think it was once a week, and the counselors would come around and collect them. And you weren't allowed to not provide a letter. So what some people would do is just like not really write anything. Just write hi, fold that up in a piece of paper, and hand it in the letter and be like, there you go. That's my letter. Like they didn't read your letters. You know, whatever. I definitely wrote letters that said nothing. Okay. Good times. We're shimmering up this one. I've got Polar Princess, and I'm gonna throw it on top. Oh, yes. Oh my god, I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna magnetize just to keep it strong because we have re-wet the magnetic taco. But I kind of want to do this on my nails now. Okay, I'm doing this. Sorry, I'm over it. I'm doing this. I'm doing this in different shimmers. That is so Avril Hot Topic vibes. Okay, this is stunning. This is stunning. Imagine Ben as a camp counselor unhinged. I feel like he would be really responsible. I would not be. That's why I quit before I was of counselor age. I'd be terrible. I would probably be a lot of fun. Like, you would love being my camper, but the parents would not be happy with me. Because I probably just want to like, okay, let's go run outside tonight. Like, it's past curfew. I don't care. Yeah. I would be the one crying and wanting to go home. We should do a poll. Which camper are you? I should be saving this for camping, but I'm practicing my content, okay? Pretend this didn't happen, and I'll retell all these stories when we go camping, officially. Hello? Kind of camper are you? Never wanna leave camp. Cry, miss my home. Would never want to go. Wait, no, that's the same answer. Yeah, you have to pick one. Which one are you most like? I know some of you, I'll just cry just a little. I never cried once until it was like the last day. Okay, I'm gonna move you over. Gonna move her over. We're gonna take a closer look at all these in a recap, of course. But for now, I wanna start painting my hand with that, which is crazy. So 1 coat black, and then I'm gonna play with different shimmers. Even if you never went to camp, just like, what do you think you would be like? Like, what do you expect? Would you miss your home? The end of camp for me also meant like the end of the summer, and it meant going back to school, which children don't want to do. Right? All right, 1 coat black, here we go. I'm definitely grateful for experiences like camp in my life. I do think it taught me like things and like appreciating things like a toilet. That sounds dumb, but camp was also like socialization, right? Having friends. And I remember when I started like working instead when I was older. Like, yeah, I had high school friends that I would hang out with, but it just wasn't the same because all of a sudden you're like, wait, I'm working and I'm not hanging out with friends as much. Like, it's just like a less fun life. That's growing up, basically. That's becoming adult. But yeah. I could have become a counselor and made money that way, but you never made that much money as a counselor at a summer camp because if you subtract what you would have to like pay for room and board, whether they deduct it or you pay separately, I don't know, whatever, it's kind of, that point is moot, but like you made less money net as a camp counselor because you're living there, so that costs something, right? So I chose to work jobs and live in my parents' house for free because they weren't charging me rent when I was 15. Some people are sharing that they had like terrible camp stories or that they had good ones. Yeah, it's honestly, it's like, don't think of this as like it's a you problem. Sometimes it's just you get really bad luck. Some kids are put in a specific camp with a specific cohort of people, and for whatever reason, they're just a shitty group of people and you have a bad time, and that just happens. And it's kind of chance. You know, I don't think anyone's guaranteed to have the best time ever. Not all experiences are good. And it's just kind of like chance. Like maybe if it was a different camp you went to, you would have met a different group of people, and that group you would have gotten along with, just like school, right? So it does suck, and I'm sorry to hear people who didn't have a good time, or like there's bad vibes. No bad vibes. Hey man, what are you doing? Okay. Okay. See you soon. Ben didn't go to camp. I think he went to like band camp. Or was it hockey camp? But not a real camp. You went to fake camp because you didn't sleep over. Alright, I didn't paint that one that well, but that's fine. Okay. 1 coat black. Done. Let's close this poll. What kind of camper are you? 50-50? Wow, I can't even include this in my statistics about chat because it's so split. 50 of you never want to, 50 of you, half of you, which is like 500 of you. Well, no, not this sample size. Why is no one voting? Why is there over 1,000 people here, but only 370 votes? What are you abstaining from voting about camp? Okay, 51% are crybabies now. I would have made fun of you at camp. I mean, okay, it is a good thing, I guess, if you miss your home, because that means you like your house and your family and your friends at home, or whatever comforts you at home. That's good, I guess. So you could look at it that way. It ended 50-49? What? That doesn't math. It did end 50-49. It doesn't know how to round. That's crazy. I like my bed more than camp. But that's boring. Come on. You're gonna have the rest of your life. We're all old now, so this is irrelevant. But you're gonna have the rest of your life to just work, sleep, and repeat. And adult. And that's it. You know? So if you have kids out there, or you are a child that, well, no children are watching this at this point, but like, do something. I like to sit alone in silence than camp with people. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm also an introvert with some tendencies to venture outside, but I do believe in, like, trying to push yourself and challenge yourself, even in areas that, like, you know, you're like, well, I don't have to do this, so why would I? Because maybe you'll be happy that you did it. Maybe the experience is a net positive when you're done, and you can reflect on it. And it's always good to, like, have a story to tell, you know? And maybe there's other people there who also are introverts and kind of scared. It's like going to school for the first day. You know, you're a little scared. But there's other people there too who are scared. Why am I influencing people to go to camp? We are all 30 years old. Is there a camp for 30-year-olds? Okay, let's go back to this wheel before we portage away. And okay. I think this is dry enough to try the X test. Let's try the X files. Okay, right? So I gotta practice. So it's gonna go here. Yep. Ready? Second magnetic taco going the other way. Don't breathe. That has layers. Okay, it looks cooler from my angle, but I gotta let it dry that way. I think the Glossy Taco helped. It did. So smart chatter. We unlocked the X. Okay, while that's doing things, I'm gonna get my shimmers. I want to do a shimmer skittle, but we got a magnetic taco first. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this very carefully. I don't want to fuck this up. What? Chat died. Chat went camping and died. Hold on, I'll fix you in a second. Please be patient. There's not enough memory. All right. Hello? Hello, are you there? Hold on. What happened? F? We effed. We're good. We all went camping and did not return. All right. You know what? I'm gonna go pee in the outhouse. Let's do a quick little pee out the tea in the outhouse, and I will be right back. And then we're gonna do our magnetic shimmer combo. Oh, let me know what ad you get. Maybe it's for a camping tent. I'll read that when I'm back. I'm not sure. Just got back from the outhouse, peed with one hand. Alright, I kind of want to move this out of the way to do. Yeah. So we can focus on my hand now. Actually, no, I lied. I want to circle back with these and do a summary, and then we can kick them out of the way. So I'm not going to glossy taco all of them because I don't think you need to, the glitter I did, but let's take a tour of these and then we can close off this loop. Okay, results, ready? The X-Files. I think it worked. That looks good. So all you gotta do is glossy taco in the middle and you can make a clean X. It's like a double X. And it's gonna depend on your lighting too, right? Like, so if I have multiple light bulbs, I'm gonna see 2 lines of magnetic. If I have a single light bulb, I will see 1 line. I'm gonna grab my iPhone flash because I wanna try something. I kind of want to cover this. It's not really doing. I'm trying to cover there. See? Just so it looks a little more. But see how it's like one stripe changes? I get a solo stripe if I have a singular thing, and then like that. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm overcomplicating it. The X worked. X marks the spot. That was over Devil's Advocate. This combo is stunning. That's a shimmer, one of our iridescent shimmer toppers, over top of magnetic taco, over 1 coat black. But like, you could do that over any base color, any creme, get that effect, but it'll look more obvious over black because the shimmer will pick up the most over black. Mishift, multi-chrome. That's fun. Double special effects, baby. Existential Crisis. I can't believe this one worked because Existential Crisis has so much going on. But this is kind of nice. Yeah, that's like a shooting star. Cute. Speaking of stars, over starry-eyed. See, look, look, it's stars in the sky with a like a trail, a celestial trail behind the stars. That's beautiful. There's no Glossy Taco on this, so it's looking slightly rougher. So I would Glossy Taco that, but you know, stunning. Favorite sister, Christmas ornament. I love how this turned out. I'm gonna show my sister. Yeah, this is a really good one. Silent Library would probably be very similar, like very cool looking. I love that idea too. And here was our Nimbus cloud or whatever cloud. So that's the sandwich makes it subtler, but this is what is coolest about it, right? So you see the magnetic flare kind of rotate with movement. And you can do this when you paint your nails and you're just kind of like staring at them in different directions and kind of move them around. But that's what's cool about magnetic polish too. Not just that there's like a singular stripe, which you could hypothetically just paint with like a nail art brush, like put a stripe on your nail. But these stripes move. So it's moving in between the sandwich. And that's cool because it's a cloud that's moving. That's what they do. Clouds move. All right. And then that's our other X that didn't really work. There's Time and Again. Absolutely stunning, delicate. She's a beauty. This would be like a great wedding nail. If your colors were silver, it kind of looks like jewelry on the nail. I love that. And then over Lo-Fi Lavender, I love the glitter. So yes, PSA, you can put magnetic tacos over our chunky glitters and they still look stunning. Then we have Oh My Gourd. And okay, I'm too excited now to do the Shimmer Mani. So let's do that. I'm gonna brighten this up actually. Okay, ready? So I'm gonna paint with my finger on the wand because this method works for me. Bloop. And you want to stay still. Don't move. Cat clock. Oh, sorry. Now you can't see. Now there is a way to do two nails at the same time like this, but do not do the adjacent nail. The magnets will get too close and they will attack each other. So I'm gonna do every other nail. So look at this strategy. I'm Spider-Man. Okay. Maximum efficiency. And then we do the other two. Do the crackle. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the crackle. Can I reach? I can't reach. No. It's just out of reach. Wait, do I have one here? No, I don't. It's over there. It's just out of reach. Okay, I'll get up in a minute. I just want to make sure this dries properly. I'm gonna organize my shimmers. I'm gonna do a Skittle shimmer. Skittle shimmer. We're gonna do 5 different colors of shimmer just because I want to see what it looks like. I'm gonna open them with one hand. I cheated. Okay, I used my thumb. What do you do to relax? Watch nail polish dry. That's what we're all doing. Watch it. Don't look away. There. I've opened all my bottles. Okay, I think that's been a minute enough. Like 1 minute is the general guidance. Like 60 seconds. And then we'll do it again on the Glossy Taco. Okay, now we're gonna do the next nails. Ready? So I'm gonna put that there, put that there. Angle it before I begin painting. And let's go. You can adjust it slightly while it's wet. But you want to be quick and deliberate. Like, you don't want to keep moving it around, because the more you move it around, the more you're probably going to lose the line if you're doing the line look, or any look really. Like, because it's going to start to dry, right? And then it's going to dry all over the place. Which 5 shimmies did I pick? Okay, so I've got Scorched Earth, Freezer Burn, Halogen Glow. Oh, why is there no... This is Celestial Lights, but there's no label on the bottom. Celestial Lights is probably because it's an early one. And Polar Princess. So everything except Twilight Shimmer I picked off the shelf. Whatever. Good trick with 2 magnets apart. You gotta be careful though, okay? Please be advised. This is dangerous territory, putting magnets this close together. You need to be able to like really spread your fingers apart. Because if I was like half an inch closer, they might just go and attack each other. So do this at your own risk. You need to be a good finger spreader. Any advice on how to deal with pressure of having too many nail polishes and knowing you'll never finish them? Yeah. I don't think about that. I turn around. I mean, yeah, I'll probably never finish these bottles in my lifetime, but I collect them and I like them on my shelf and I use them all at some point. It's not like food where like you need to use it up or it's actually a waste, you know? You just want the options available. It also doesn't go bad like food. Like, well, not all food goes bad, but you know. Give them to your friends. They'll be happy. Okay, so now that that's been a minute, I'll do my thumb. Okay, lift up. I'm gonna do my thumb. I'm just staying away from the other magnet. Whee! Don't do that too much. It's fun to look at, but it won't be a good result. Okay, so now that's how I do my thumb. I'm not even just doing that for stream like this. Like I hold it like this. You'll probably never finish your eyeshadow, but you have to buy it to use and enjoy. Yeah, very good point. I definitely am not finishing my eyeshadow. R.I.P. R.I.P. to my face. All right, we're gonna shimmer, magnetize. I don't think I need to do it for as long because I'm gonna remagnetize again on the Glossy Taco, so it's gonna be a lot, but I just wanna make sure it's sticking in the line while I do the shimmer. So let's put this here. Oh my God, see? See? Don't do that. Wait, which nails did I do? It was these ones. Let's do these ones first. Stay as far apart as possible. I'm gonna put my shimmers in order of color. Kind of want that one on the end. So let's do Halogen Glow, this one, and then the blue. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do. So I've got Halogen Glow on the pinky, which is like the yellowy-ish one. Bloop. And then on this one, I will do Polar Princess, the pinky, well, not the pinky, but like the pinkish shimmer, which we've already seen that combo. But, oh, it's so pretty. This is like, yeah, Avril Lavigne, kind of like millennial 2000s rock. I love it. Whee! Don't move. Jaw dropping how beautiful this is. It is. Yes, I agree. I'm so glad we accidentally unlocked that one. I was about to do just I'm Rover it and then throw a magnetic taco on. But then I saw this and I was like, oh, no, 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 no. I'm so drunk. Are we live like right now? No, we're all dead. This is heaven. I am God. God is Simplynailogical. You're in limbo? Uh-huh. God is when shimmers over magnetic taco. I love you so much. I have been watching you door so long. I'm not even joking. Angela's drunk, everyone. Angela. What's 2 + 2? What time is it where you are, Angela? Is it 1 p.m.? That's where it is where I am. All right. Okay, we're gonna switch it up. Bloop, bloop. Scorched Earth. This one's gonna look hot. Because it's the orange shimmer. Yes, yes. Oh, it's a fire. It's like a campfire. I love it. And freezer burn. I really want to try freezer burn. I think that one's gonna look like X-Men or something, like a blue marble. Oh shit. Okay, that one's good. That's pretty. We'll get a closer look when I do the Glossy Talk. It's a star sapphire. That is good. She's good. Glad I ordered the topper today. Yep. The magnetic taco, well, the whole collection is probably gonna go next week, so. Would everything taco work, or would it cover the magnet line? You could use everything taco. I do think that will be more cluttery because of the iridescent flakes. So I do like the cleaner shimmers, like this line, our shimmer line, because it's the smaller pigment is gonna let you see that line more clearly. But if you want a more chaotic look, yes, you could do everything taco. But I like this. It's like clean, but kind of funky at the same time. All right, and on my thumb, I'm going to do the one that doesn't have a label, probably because it was my fault. I used to get bottles that were unlabeled and use them for my swatches because they just weren't printed in time for me to make my photos in time. Our process has improved, so that's not the case anymore. But in the very early days, like, I wouldn't have the stickers on yet. So occasionally I like have a bottle and it doesn't have a name. That's why. Because I needed the advanced copy of the nail polish to like take the pictures. All right. Move away. And now let's Celestial Lights, which is the green shimmy on the thumb. Ooh. That's kind of alien vibey. I like it. That is the Matrix. It also matches my shirt. 001010. Hello? That's crazy. Why do I like the green the most? That's weird. That's not like me. It is the Matrix. Neo, are you the one? Is this the one? Barking, woofing, meowing, I need. Yeah. One coat black, magnetic taco, then Celestial Lights. Done. Everyone will be like, where did you get your nails? And see how it moves? Look at it move. The line is moving. We're in the Matrix. Chat is a simulation. They remind me of the old Star Wars lightsaber nails you did. Oh my God. This would have been the way to do it. Rather than, what did I do? I like cut up a piece of cellophane, tried to fade acrylic paint with a fan brush. No, I just needed to wait 7 years and release Magnetic Taco. That's okay, we're here now. It looks good even when it's blurry. I'm matching it. I want to do Scorched Earth one on both hands, but unsure if I will have the patience. You could just do it as like an accent nail if you want to do it that way. Just do like the thumb and this finger or something. All right, so the last step is Glossy Taco, just to make it all shiny. So I'm gonna, what did I do first? These ones. Sorry, I thought there was a Menchie here. Oh, there it is. Menchie. Last step, Glossy Taco. And this is just, again, because with Glossy Taco, you are essentially re-wetting the base, including the magnetic topper, even though it's 2 layers down. So it's prudent to just remagnetize on that to make sure that the magnetic effect is strongest. Renee, I like how defined the different effects are coming across versus an integrated formula of a shimmer plus magnetic, right? Like, we could absolutely make a magnetic polish that is kind of vibey like this, but there's always going to be a difference in making a combo. Like, putting a topper on a creme is going to look different than making a polish of the same color with that topper pigment in it. It's always going to read differently. So that's just the joy of 3-dimensional nail polish. I forgot to reach for cracked chocolate. Okay, wait, hold on. Maybe now I can reach. Yeah! Why didn't I think of that before, you dum-dum? Okay, we're coming back. Look at me, I'm multitasking. Okay, ready? I'm gonna hold it down like this. Cracked taco shell over our safety vest. I kind of fucked it up, but let it dry, let it crack. I don't have the hands to focus the camera. There you go. It's kind of hidden. I preferred it without. This looks less safe. This looks like tar on the road on the safety vest or something. This is very chaotic Halloween Manny. You can still see it, but I do prefer the safety vest clean look, but very cool. Isila Cat, I love your nails. Thank you. Also, I completely forgot the Holo Taco magnetic one has a circular end. How does it look? There is a tutorial on the Holo Taco YouTube channel if you want to check that out. It basically looks like a French tip. Like it gives it like a curve if you hold it at the tip of your nail. There should also be pictures of that on our magnetics page. Okay, I'm gonna glossy taco the rest. Oh, absolutely beautiful. New nails, who dis? Sorry, I'm just sorting my shimmers so I can do a recap. I love it. Are these shimmers? Yes, these are all shimmers. Who's clicking this button repeatedly? Look at this. Ah. YouTube features. Ah. Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite nail? I gotta hold it here because I want a maximum effect, but this is basically the end result. Halogen Glow, Scorched Earth, Polar Princess, Freezer Burn, or Celestial Lights. That's fucking sick. Matrix. This reminds me of Lightsaber. Yes, another chatter already said that. Yeah, it's oops, I'm moving this one. This is an easy way to do lightsabers. I needed this 7 years ago. What do we like? Celestial, Freezer. It's basically what your favorite color is. Okay, now I'm gonna do Celestial. I kind of did the black messily on this thumb, but whatever, just pretend you don't see that. Absolutely incredible. I'm so happy we discovered this. I was not expecting to walk away from this stream with this type of combo. It was more like, what can I put it over, like complicated formulas? But I just realized we did, this is like a triple Holo Taco combo. Crazy. All right.
What do you think? What do you think?
What do you think? Chat, how did we do? Amazing. The power of magnetic taco. With the power of magnetic taco invested in me, I hereby declare you need to do this combo. Just pick whatever shade you like the most. Let's get an even closer. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn off some of these lights. So we don't have as many competing light bulbs, which is gonna change how this looks a little. There. Okay, there you go. See? It looks a little bit cleaner when there's like not as many light bulbs. This turned out so good. I am shook. It turned out so good. I'm gonna do this again.
What do you think? What do you think?
She is glowing. And let's see from like far away. Yeah, the lighting looks different because I'm missing two. But like, how does that look? Like, that looks like a salon did it. It's moving. It's dark and batty, which is my style. What do you think? Well, now, thank you for giving me this brilliant idea. It's absolutely stunning. Who's gonna copy this? Don't forget to tag me, hashtag paint with Simply. Let me know which one you end up doing, or skittle. Try them all. But yeah, this is such a fun way to use magnetic taco. So happy we discovered these, and it's probably last chance this week to get magnetic taco. So if you wanted a backup, or the Bon Voyage collection box. Menchie Gang, I will see you tomorrow. Menchie Gang, tomorrow 2 p.m. is your extra bonus stream for members. So excited for that. What will we talk about? Heated driveways, cutting out liner in our shorts? I don't know. We'll find out. Thank you to the mods and everyone so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all later. Bye.